So the Hawks went out and got a new head coach, but I wonder, is he enough to save their season and ultimately their franchise? Let's find out. What is good, everybody? Welcome back to 2K. Now, I've tried something different for this one. We're actually going to go ahead and start in the off season. I know, right? Crazy, something different, but I just figured there was no point starting at the start just to sim to the end before we actually start doing anything. So here we are. Jokic actually wins MVP this time for a change. That's nice. Not always Luka, although it's pretty much the same thing. You can say Paolo's still Rookie of the Year, can't do much about that. Malcolm Brogdon, Joel Embiid winning Depoy, very nice. Alpi, Most Improved, and Mazzulla is your Coach of the Year. Now the question is Trae Young? He is. He's on All-NBA second team, wonderful. So his career stats, 27 points this season, 10.5 assists, 45-37. He got that 3-point percentage up, which is nice. I doubt we get DeJounte Murray, and we do not. All right, so if we go over to the Eastern Conference, we did finish as the 7th seed in the play-in tournament, and I'll head over to the standings. So 43 and 39, tied with the Knicks. We could have had the 6th seed, but obviously they have the tiebreaker, which sucks. We would have liked to be a top 6 seed, and I think that's their goal in real life. I think Capella came out and said that recently, but that's all good. So let's go ahead and see what we want to do for our rotation. We saw Trae's stats. DeJounte also had 26 and 5, which is nice. DeAndre Hunter had about 14 points. We also have John Collins and Capella, who I did get in the Damian Lillard Portland Trailblazers rebuild, so I think we will definitely move, if not one, probably both of them. We also have Okongwu, Bogdanovic, Sadiq Bey, who I would like to try and keep around. AJ Griffin I like as well, but I think for the playoffs we will go ahead and drop this down to a 9-man. In the first round of the play-in, we do have Brooklyn, who have Spencer Dinwiddie, Mikal Bridges, and Claxton as their main guys. So let's see if we can get out of here and win this game. I'm just going to go ahead and simulate it. We do. Beautiful. So we are in as the 7th seed, and our reward is the Milwaukee Bucks, who are on a crazy winning streak right now. I'm so jealous of Bucks fans, man. Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Bobby Portis, the usual suspects. Man, Grayson really fell off. That's kind of crazy. Let's just see what happens in game 1. We do lose. Do we get blown out? No, it's a close game. 6 points. Giannis has 23 and 10. Pretty good holding him to that by Giannis standards. 31. Trae had a bad game. All right, game 2. Let's see if this goes any differently. Can we win one? We don't. I'm not expecting to really win any games this series, so we're just going to go ahead and see if we can actually get one. We are down 3-0. Giannis has 35. Trae Young has 23 and 11. So we are really banking on Trae's progression into an NBA superstar in 2K terms. Obviously, in real life, you can argue that. I'm not too sure if I'm sold just because of his efficiency and inconsistencies and obviously not playing any defense. But I think the goal is here just to not get swept now. If that's a possibility, I'd be happy taking one game off the Bucks. I think if this series did happen in real life, the Hawks would probably be happier with that, maybe 6 games at the most, but I don't think they really stand a chance. This Bucks team looks scary. And yeah, that's the only reason we won, because they had a bad game from Giannis. So now that we've got one, I don't mind conceding. Let's go ahead. Oh, we actually win another one. So there's our 6th that I was saying. We're happy with that. Trae Young almost has a 33 and 20 game, so he might already be a superstar. I'm going to assume that's it, and we're going to lose in 6. No, oh God, we actually take it to a 7. That's kind of crazy. So Giannis has 24, 12, and 5, but it was not enough because Trae Young has 37 and 15 assists. Crazy, man, crazy. Okay, let's go ahead. I guess we'll simcast this one. We are back in Milwaukee in the Pfizer Forum, I believe it is, and we're actually up in the first quarter. If we win this series, that's crazy. That's some 2K logic. Obviously, I'd be happy, but I'd also be kind of annoyed because it just goes to show how bad the logic is here, but it looks like we're going to lose. But that's cool. I'll take that, man. Taking the Bucks, arguably, in my opinion, the best team in the East and probably the team to beat in the NBA in the playoffs this year. Taking them to 7, that's pretty cool. So let's see what happens. They actually go to 7 again and lose to the Cavs. And look at that. It's LeBron versus the Bulls. That's exciting stuff. The Lakers making it as an 8 seed, by the way. So the play-in showing its worth. Let's see what happens here. Go ahead and simulate the round. And the Lakers win in 5. Makes me happy deep down, but not in this rebuild. We are not thinking about that. So, player retirements. LeBron goes out on a high. I'm not going to override that because I think he'd be happy to retire after that. Obviously, he said a couple more seasons, but I can see a world where that happens. Okay, so we do have our first round pick at 17, which is pretty exciting. We'll go straight to the draft, but I will see if there is any move we can make during the draft. If anyone wants Collins and that pick, we'll see if we can actually get a decent offer. Okay, and it looks like I definitely sold. I accidentally simulated past the draft and it gave us Usman Nadai, who, I mean, he's 19, cool, but the next pick was Dylan Mitchell, who's a higher overall and he's younger. That's my own fault. I accidentally clicked onto rookie signing as opposed to NBA draft, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and take what we got. So we'll be picking up the option on Jalen Johnson, Sadiq Bey, I guess Bogdanovic, he accepts his, and then Onyeka Okongwu as well. Alright, so I couldn't see any major moves that I liked, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one. We downgrade slightly to Luke Kennard, both technically on the last year of their deals. Luke has a team option, we can decline that. So instead of losing Bogey for nothing next year, because I don't think I was going to pay him, we at least get a lottery protected pick, so I will go ahead and do that. But I think for the major trades, we might have to wait until the deadline, because in the offseason, no team really knows if they're contending or if they're rebuilding. But I think it'll probably be Capella first, because I would like to start Okongwu. And then perhaps in that offseason, if we don't go as far as we like, we'll move Collins. And I think the only other thing I will do is bring in Cedi Osman on a 2-year deal, but I'm going to go ahead and put a team option on that. So if we don't want him, we can always decline it. Alright, so for this regular season, we're going to be running a 10-man. I just swapped the minutes from Bruno because I want to play Usman for a little bit. Then we got Jalen Johnson off the bench, AJ Griffin, Sadiq Bey, and Clint Capella's actually coming off the bench already for Okongwu. I don't think I can do that until we move him, so we'll definitely be trying to do that. If we can get Usman's value up a little bit and I can throw him into a trade this season to contend, I'll definitely do so. But we'll see how we go. Otherwise, I do like how the team's looking. We have a little bit of everything, but I'm just not sure if we have enough of one certain thing or two certain things. So I think I definitely wouldn't mind an upgrade, maybe at that small forward position and have DeAndre Hunter as our backup, or even have a more reliable power forward, I want to say. I don't want to disrespect John Collins because he has been good in the past, but if I can upgrade that, I'll definitely take it. And then Luke Kennard might also be a trade deadline move. If we just ship him off to another team who's actually going to play him for a second round pick or something, he can give them some shooting. And we also don't have to keep him around, obviously, if he's not going to be playing. If that team doesn't want to keep him next year, they can just decline his option. So we will see how that goes. Now, I just got this trade offer. That's really interesting because we could explore the route of not bringing back DeJounte. Now, obviously, this trade probably wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for the Pelicans in real life. The Pelicans in 2K obviously think it's a good offer. So we would get Brandon Ingram and Herb Jones. We'd just move DeJounte and Luke Kennard for salary filler. But then we'd get a new shooting guard in Herb Jones to start. And then we'd also get Brandon Ingram as our starting small forward. You know, I'd be crazy not to take it, but we'll see what other options we have. We're going pretty good though. All right, man, we're here on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and I am blown away. If you look in the bottom left corner, you can see we are 43-12. I've not made any moves. We're obviously only one game ahead of the Cavs because they're a demigod squad. But I am absolutely blown away. Let's see how the guys are doing. I'm assuming we're just riding the back of Trae Young, who is averaging 26 and 11 on 50, 40, 85 splits. DeJounte's giving us 21, 6 and 4.5 on 50, 40 splits. So he might be here to stay. You can see DeAndre Hunter about 10 points. Pretty good efficiency, but I definitely think we could upgrade that position. Collins has been what he always is for me. Capella 10 and 11. How's Onyeka 10 and 7 off the bench per 36? Yeah, so we're definitely going to be moving Capella. I did update our trading block, so these guys are made available, and then Trae Young's obviously our only untouchable. All right, so I like this trade. I'm going to try and get Devin Vassell and Spencer Dinwiddie from the Spurs. They're still rebuilding. They're really bad, and they don't have anyone that's untouchable or see them as that valuable. So I'm going to give them Clint Capella, Usman Nadai, and that pick we got from Memphis. I assume they'll say no. Spencer Dinwiddie's there to make the money work, and we get a backup guard. They say no. Is there anything else I can give them? I could also throw in this swap, give them their own pick back. Cool, so they do agree to that. That might have been an overpay, but hopefully it works out for us. We're going to move Devin Vassell to a full-time small forward where he does go up to an 86, which is nice. A little bit smaller at 6'5", but I think he can handle that. So we'll go ahead and make his backup a shooting guard. And now we also have a backup point guard / 6-man in Spencer Dinwiddie. They want to start Sadiq Bey. I think I'll keep starting John Collins for now until the offseason perhaps, and we can see if we want to move on from him. All right, cool. So something like that. Hopefully that doesn't mess up my flow and we can finish strong. So let's see what happens. We lose the first game after the deadline, which is always a good sign. Okay, wow, we did actually finish strong. We have a total of 64 wins, which is awesome. Darius Garland is MVP. Scoot is Rookie of the Year, averaging 18, 5 and 6. Yeah, That's crazy. I have a feeling in real life there's a chance he actually does win it over Vic, but I guess that's a wait and see scenario. Do we get any Trae Young? We don't, so I doubt we'll have anyone else. That's fine. They are sleeping on us. Let's see who we have in the first round. We're going to have Detroit. So let's see, who does Detroit have? I don't normally see them this early in the playoffs. They got Cade, Ivy. They picked up Dylan Brooks. So hopefully, I mean, knock on wood, you know how this game is, but we should be okay against them. Hopefully, Trae has 27 and 15 in game 1. Beautiful. Love to see it. 24 from Devin Vassell on 7 of 7 from 3, 8 for 9 from the field. Let's go, dude. Looking like a good pickup so far. Murray, about 22 and 5, 50% from the field. And then I didn't even check on their side. Who was it? It was Cade with almost a triple-double. Not really, but I'll round up for him. I'll be generous. Game 2, we also win. We put up 130 in both. So 23 and 14 from Trae. So he's getting all the assists. And then 26 for Isaiah Stewart. Okay, can we go up 3-0? We can. Beautiful. Cade has 27 and 6. It was not enough because DeJounte has 22, 10 and 5. Can we sweep? No, we can't. Okay, they better not come back. They better not come back. I'm going to go ahead and simcast this because I don't even want to risk it. We're home in Atlanta. Can we just go ahead and knock them off in 5? Gentlemen, sweep. Slow start, and knock on wood, it looks like we're not going to ease up. We do a little bit, but it should be too late, and it is. Let's go. So we do gentlemen sweep them, which I love to see. Really nice and actually a relief getting the Pistons in round 1. No disrespect, but I've had some pretty crazy round 1 matchups recently. Round 2, not as much though. We do have Philly, but we do remember as well what happened the last time these teams played. So hopefully we can get a repeat of that. I think we're just a really deep and well-balanced team all throughout. I mean, we are quite small. That's probably our biggest weakness. Siakam at our 5 and Devin Vassell at our 3. But they do still have Harden, obviously. He's regressed a little bit. Tobias is down to an 82. Embiid is still at a 97. So this is probably where I wish I still had Clint. So let's see what happens. Game 1 against the 76ers, against Joel Embiid. They do win. I have a bad feeling because I just don't think we're going to have an answer for this man or James Harden actually on that note. So let me check. They are still starting Tyrese. DeJounte is probably a better matchup on James. Obviously Tyrese is still going to cook Trae, and we'll put DeJounte Murray on him, who is only an 81 defensive rating. Okay, I don't know if I agree with that 2K. That's probably the ratings guy. Game 2. We do win though. So we win by 3. That's a close one. What was the first one? That was also a close one. So a close series so far. In game 2, it's Trae again with 20 and 12. Harden has 29, 5 and 10. What did he have in the first game? He had 22, so he actually played better when guarded by DeJounte. So maybe Trae Young is just secretly Gary Payton. Next game, we do go down. Yeah, man, I don't know. James has 42. We're going to go down 3-1. Yeah, I thought so. See, I don't know. Going up against this team, we really don't have an answer. I mean, we just traded away Capella. Maybe I should have kept him, but who really knows? I think maybe if I could get someone like Mitchell Robinson, I don't know if they would want to do some sort of a Kongwu and a young player swap. That is a little bit concerning because we don't have anyone to guard the real big guys. So let's just try to not lose in 5 as the 1 seed. That'd be pretty embarrassing. So we'll see how we start off here. We are down 20-14. We are up by 4. Maybe reverse psychology. It's a tie game with 40 seconds left. We do hit a shot there. It's a 1-point game, 3-point game. I feel like we're going to get gamed though, and they tie it. We hit a last second shot, dude. Let's go. Who was that? Okay, so what? It looks like tie game. Embiid fouled, and Aneka made free throws. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Let's see. Trae had 30 and 11, 32 for Tyrese. Can we bring back from down 3-1? I doubt it, but we are in Philly. Let's see. Starting off 5-6. Right, and it's not looking particularly good going into the half, but that's how it was last time. I think this time it's going to be different. Yeah, they're going to destroy us. Yep, awesome. So the 1 seed falls in round 2 to Philly this time, so the other way around. Zion is your Western MVP, and the Cavs sweep them. I'm assuming Garland was also the East Conference MVP. So I don't particularly know what to do. I think we're obviously going to have to try and get a bigger defensive body, whether it's a power forward or a center. And look, again, maybe that trade was probably the reason why it didn't work out. Had we have kept Capella, maybe it would have worked, but who really knows, man? Like, I think I still wanted to start a Kongwu regardless, but he is pretty small to be dealing with guys like Joel. And obviously I traded away our picks for Devin Vassell, which is a little bit tough. So we will definitely accept AJ's contract. We can decline the rest of these guys, I think. And yeah, we do have these 3 guys as free agents, which is a little bit scary. Saddiq Bey might have to be in a sign and trade. Maybe we can move him and a Kongwu for some sort of package. And then also DeJounte Murray, which is not particularly good. So I will try to lock him up first. We'll offer him a 5-year deal worth about $35 million. He doesn't have any offers yet. All right, now we do get DeJounte, which is good. Devin Vassell has 7 offers. None of them are real. And then Onyeka has 1 offer from the Rockets, which isn't real either. So I think Devin Vassell is definitely going to be the first guy we bring back. Happy to give him about 28.5. Saddiq Bey, we can give about 22 because I think I would want to throw him into a trade. And then Onyeka wants 30 million, but he'll accept less. So we'll go ahead and give him a 4-year deal. Let's see, can we get these guys or are they going to accept a different deal? Devin Vassell signs with us. So that's good. It wasn't a rental and we get the other guys too. Nice. All right. So there's the problem. I think we're more or less, we're not locked in, but I did just commit a lot to get Devin Vassell. So he's obviously going to stay. That's fine. I'm happy with that. DeAndre Hunter's a good backup, but if we do have to throw him into a trade, I will. We still have AJ Griffin, so we could do a DeAndre Hunter and Collins or a Kongwu deal. I'll just see what I can actually get offered. So I'm going to try to do an Onyeka Kongwu for Robinson swap. So trading Capella away was probably a bit of a waste of time, but they want to do a second for a first. I mean, it's stupid, but I'm going to take advantage of 2K. So now we have a bigger body for defending Joel and Giannis. So I think there's one more move to be made, probably for a power forward. I don't know. We'll see if we can get an upgrade there. Actually, the more I look at it, I don't even hate it. So I'm going to go ahead and offer Kenrich Williams a 2-year deal to be our backup power forward. Hopefully he accepts that. And he does. Cool. So we do have a 10-man rotation. So it'll be currently Trae Young, Spencer, DeJounte, AJ, Devin Vassell, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Saddiq Bey, and we just picked up Kenny Hustle as well, with Mitchell Robinson off the bench. And then is there a backup center that I like? So on the last day, I will offer this to Jakob Poeltl. He says no, but he also doesn't have any other offers. So let's see if he takes that. There's not. So we might even go into the season like this. Trae Young regresses 2 overalls. Why? For what reason? That makes absolutely no sense. 25 years old in his prime. Okay. And then the rest of the guys. Okay, so I guess we'll go up until this deadline again. I mean, John Collins just manages to find a way to stick around every season, but he's almost an 85 overall. And I mean, he kind of fits. You might like someone at the 4 who can shoot a little bit better, but I guess we do have one more trade deadline, so we'll see how we go. All right, I'm just looking at this rotation and we don't have a single 90, which concerns me a little bit because I feel like in 2K particularly, that's what you need in order to win a championship, but I guess we'll see. I'm also considering the possibility of wiping our hands clean of DeJounte and considering it a sign and trade, seeing if we can upgrade a different position or just get someone slightly better than him if we throw in another guy. I don't know, because I think we still have other guys we could start at that position if we were to move on from him. But at the same time, I do like what he's been giving me. So I don't know, it's tough, man. All right, let's just see what happens. So our power ranking puts us at the 8 spot, which isn't the end of the world. We'll see what happens. But I think we may have to make one more major move. I don't know. I hope not. I would love to win it with this core. We lose straight away there to the Bucks. So we are immediately offered Tobias Harris for John Collins. I mean, that might work. I don't know. We'll see. We lose the first 2 games, which is great. And the Spurs want to swap back Capella for Vassell. No, thank you. Can we win a game? We start off 0-3. Wonderful. That is very frustrating. We do win a couple there, 3 there. So we'll see you guys in a bit. We'll see how we go. All right, this might be a mistake, and I probably need to learn a lesson in if it's working, just leave it. We are on a really good winning streak right now. I think we only have 7 losses or something like that, but they are offering me Christian Wood for John Collins, and I think he fits our team just a little bit better. We do also get Gary Harris back, but we have more value technically, according to 2K, so I'm going to try and see if I can get a lottery protected pick. No, that's actually valuable for them, so can we get a second? See if they accept that. They want to switch seconds. All right, there's no point. We'll just do the original trade, and of course, they're not going to accept that. So let me go out of it and back in. You can see we're currently 36-7. I feel like this is going to blow up in my face because it seems to do that every time. Maybe continuity is key, but I just think that Christian Wood shooting next to Mitch Robb fits a little bit better, and he can still finish at the basket. But some pretty good offers. He's up to an 85 overall. You can see we can also get Turner. and Mikal Bridges, but I think I'll do the Christian Wood one. We get Gary Harris too. If we make Christian Wood a power forward, he goes up to the same overall that John Collins was at. Now, I have a feeling I might have just messed things up, but I mean, we wanted to get rid of those guys anyway because we already had them. I am sort of starting to think that this team with Quinn Schneider is going to have the makings of his former team, where it's a great regular season team, but that might be it. So hopefully we can do it with our depth. And I do believe that Trae Young plays above what his overall says. I mean, he did drop off a number of points, but just a handful, that's fine. I will continue simulating. Hopefully we can still be good. The trade deadline is on the 13th, so we'll see if I messed up the team or not. All right, so we're at the trade deadline. I think for the next rebuild, I'm definitely going to consider just letting it ride out at that point. You can see we went on a streak here, but we had a point where we lost about 4 of our last 5 or something like that. So maybe it was worth keeping John Collins. I don't know. Probably just need to learn to relax, but I'm always wanting to try and make things better. 20 points for Christian Wood, 38 from 3. I just think that fits better next to Mitch because you don't want 2 guys crowding the paint. And then we can space the floor pretty well. Like even DeJounte is up to 40%, 46%, 46%. So it's really, everyone can shoot except the center. So it's sort of that Houston Rockets type of mold. Then we still have Saddiq Bey, Spencer Dinwiddie coming off the bench. All right, man, going through the trade deadline. Hopefully we don't just fall off a cliff in the second half of the season. I have a feeling that is a possibility. But if we go to free agents, is there anyone sitting there that would help us? Russ? No, not for that money. I'm just getting greedy at that point. I mean, we can get VO for a minimum. All right, VO, welcome to the team. Anyway, let's just see what happens. Hopefully we can go ahead and go on a win streak. Second half, we do beat the Bucks. We actually hold them to 91, which is nice. And we win 3 in a row. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. Hopefully we're not like the Jazz of old. Okay, so we did actually end with a 14-game win streak and I think 68 wins. Let's go, dude. That's awesome. Darius Garland, DJ Wagner, Anthony Davis, nice. Would like if he could win that in real life. And yeah, let's go. 68 wins. Very good. 99 overall offense, 87 defense, which is a little bit scary. But hopefully it's enough to get the job done. We were the 1 seed convincingly. So we did 68 and then number 2 was 62 Celtics. Round 1, we're going to have the Raptors this time. We were able to change it back to a balanced proficiency, which is what Quinn prefers. So Trae ended up with 22 and 11. We saw his points fall off a little bit, but we did add some extra scoring. So, I mean, maybe that's why he's back up to an 89, 50, 40, 90 guy. 19 for DeJounte. He also fell off a little bit, but almost 50, 40, 90. 16 points. 45% from 3 for Vassell, 19 for Wood, 39% from 3. Mitch, 11 points, 76%. Let's go. 13 points for Saddiq Bey on 40% from 3. And then Dinwiddie had about 10 and 5. That's cool, man. We're deep. Hopefully we can win. I think we have sort of an answer for everything this year. Let's see. So they just have their usual team. They're starting Andre Drummond. We're just a well-balanced team. So hopefully not having that one superstar in 2K terms doesn't come back to bite me. So we win that 105-111. DeJounte leads us. They do have Bey. Not enough. I mentioned that. Game 2, we also win. Trae gives me 25 and 12. Dinwiddie, 23 off the bench. Love to see it. 27 from Pascal. Can we go up? 3-0, we can, awesome. Pascal has 24-7-7. Trae Young, 37 and 11. That's the Trae Young I need, man. Give me that Madison Square Garden Trae Young. Can we sweep? Nope. Is this going to go like it did last year? They do blow us out there. Siakam has 26. Can we just win in 5, please? Let's go. So we do. Getting flashbacks to last season, man. 27 and 11 from Trae. 27 and 9 from DeJounte. So the backcourt doing work. 20 from Vassell. The good news is Philly did not make it, so we don't have to go against Embiid. Is it going to be Orlando or Indiana? It is Orlando, but they did almost blow it. Okay, so same team. They're led by Franz, actually, which is pretty cool to see. They also have Paolo, and they have Nick Smith. So they're still a very young team. Hopefully we can go ahead and pull this one out. Game 1, we win. Trae with a 30 and 14 game, setting the tone. Love to see it. Can we go up 2-0? No, they tied up. Okay. So they're hungry. They're a young team. Let's see. Can we go up 2-1? We can. Very nice. Paolo, 25 points, but Trae Young with 35 and 17. Let's go. Can we go up 3-1? We can. Beautiful. And we do actually blow them out. Trae has a 31 and 9 piece. Christian Wood, 17 and 13. Can we gentlemen sweep them too? We can. Beautiful. So 26 and 15 from Trae, 22 from Markel. We're 8 and 2 currently in the playoffs. Now we have Cleveland, who definitely had the harder road than us to the finals, that's for sure. They had to beat Miami. They had to beat Boston, who they actually swept, and now they have to play us. But I guess that's what you get for being the 1 seed. You get technically the worst team, but it doesn't always work out that way, especially with the play-in. Over there, it's OKC and Houston. So this is going to be a fun point guard matchup. DG and Trae Young. Donovan versus DeJounte is not bad too. Denver Vassell and Okoro. Mobley pretty much kills Saddiq Bey, who shouldn't be starting. I think we're definitely going to swap Wood back in there, even though his defense isn't great. Then Jared Allen and Mitch is a pretty close one. I think this team might be better than us, at least on paper, which is the first time I'm feeling like that. I don't know sort of how correct that would be, but at least on paper, that definitely seems to be the vibe. They have the higher overalls, so I think we'll do something like this. We'll give these guys a few more minutes. We'll go 30 to Vassell, 30 to Mitch, 38 and 37. So game 1, I assume we're going to lose. We actually win. Let's go. We win by 10. Christian Wood, put him back in the starting lineup, 26 and 9. I mean, he shot 20 shots there. That's kind of wild. Mitch had 15 rebounds, which is nice. For them, we didn't even check. Let's see. It was Garland. So, I mean, I don't expect Trae Young to guard Garland, but I also don't expect Garland to guard Trae Young. So he has 31 and 11. Beautiful. Mitchell, that time with 30. So don't mind DeJounte guarding him. They do win a game there. Was not expecting to sweep this team. Can we just not let them tie it up? Cool. So we go ahead and go up 3-1. Garland played 45 minutes that game. Sheesh. I wonder if that went to overtime or they just played him the whole game. Maybe just played him the whole game. It looks like Trae also played 40, 31 and 12. But that's interesting because you see that 40 minutes. He's allocated 38. So that might have been, I don't know if he had takeover or he was at the free throw line or what. But with 2 actually winning 5. Look at that. 24 and 11, 44 from Garland, but it was not enough in a 1-point win. That would have been a fun one to watch. We've won every series in 5. That's hilarious. And let's see, do we have OKC or do we have Houston? Houston come back down from 3-1. That's insane, man. Let's see who they have. So they've got Freddie now, who's pretty good still. Jalen Green, who's up to an 89. Jabari, 85. They're a good team, man. They're very young. Let's see who wins game 1. They do, okay. And not relatively close either. I mean, kind of close, but not really. Not close enough to where you'd feel comfortable. They probably just gave up in garbage time. So they keep trying to start Saddiq. We're definitely not doing that. We'll take away his minutes and we'll do something like that. And then we definitely want Mitch playing more for defensive purposes. Can we go ahead and tie it up? No, we go down 2-0. For the first time this playoffs, and it's to the youngest team we've faced. 2K truly does not make any sense, man. All right, so we will go ahead and simcast this next one. We are in Houston. We really need to win at least one of these because we do not want to be down 3-0. It's a 1-point game. I have a bad feeling. They go up here, they go up again, and it looks like we blew that. We're going to be down 3-0. Really? To the Rockets? To this team? Okay. I guess. Back against the wall. We lose by 1. If we get swept by this Rockets team, 2K truly makes no sense. Let's go ahead and simcast one more. I think we're still in Houston, actually. So if we get swept by the Rockets, that's just disappointing. It kind of sums up Quinn Snyder-led teams, which is kind of funny. It looks like we're going to at least win 1. I mean, cool. We don't get swept by a team that we should be sweeping. Jabari has 20 and 10. Trae Young has 35 and 15. All right, can we make it 3-2? We are at home in Atlanta, off to a pretty good start, and we immediately, as I say that, go down. So I'd say that's probably it. Right, no, we do actually take the lead back there momentarily going into the third, but it's very back and forth. 3 points there. It's a tie game again. 5-point game, tie game, and we lost. 2K makes absolutely no sense, dude. Are you serious? Can't win them all. I would consider doing one more playoffs and just simming through it. So I'm literally just going to sort everything else out, bring everyone else back. We'll see how we go, and I'll be back with you guys. There's no point really looking at anything else. All right, back in the regular season. So maybe Quinn Snyder's just not built for that. Maybe he's just a regular season coach because that seems to be all we've gotten out of him so far. But hey, I'll do one more. We'll just simulate through the whole playoffs and see what happens. All right, so we have been consistently a 50-60 win team. I think actually gotten better each season. I think we had 66 this season or something like that. Luka is your MVP. Yeah, so 66 games. And maybe, look, it might be honestly that Quinn is just a regular season coach, and maybe the Hawks are happy with that. You know, maybe they're not trying to win a championship immediately or anything like that. Maybe they just want to be respectable, go far. We did make the finals, so I guess, you know, Hawks fans in real life would definitely be happy with that sort of turnaround. But you got to remember, I think we are 4 or 5 years into the future at this point, so you'd probably want to be winning a championship at this point. Trae Young is 27 years old, so he's not getting any younger. DeJounte, what's he, is 29, so I mean, hey, it is what it is. If we win this one, we win, cool. If we don't, I'm not going to stress too much. I think we've built a very solid team. DeJounte is actually our best player, so I think it would be cool if we had gotten one superstar. I was hoping that could have been Trae, but his progression just seems kind of shot now in 2K. I don't know what happened, because I'm pretty sure he used to have like Luka levels of potential. But that's all good. So I think we'll do something like that. I'm just going to simulate the entire playoffs. I'm going to turn around and we'll see what happens. If we win, we win. That's awesome. If we don't, cool. I think we still did a pretty good job. So let's see what happens. And we lose in the first round, of course. How anticlimactic. And it's to the Knicks, which is kind of funny, man. 2K really does make no sense. Anyway, I'm not too fussed. It's all good. So, hey, I mean, you can't win them all. I still feel pretty good about that. Maybe the continuity thing, had I kept John Collins again that one season, we would have won. So maybe he's just the best player in the league. But I think losing to Houston was kind of garbage on 2K's part. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please remember to leave a like. And actually, even more important than that to me is leaving a comment. If you got this far, leave a comment, say hello, start a conversation. I would like to talk to you guys. I would like to talk to some people. That'd be cool. So hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.